Story time. Lack perspective because we live in too much comfort. Story time. All right, so a friend of mine calls me. He has a particular issue with a work colleague slash friend. This work colleague slash friend wants a favor which is detrimental to my friend. My friend needs to confront him about this particular favor that he wants, but he's fearful in having this conversation with him. So I asked my friend, what is it that you're afraid of? That you'll potentially lose this friend? He goes, yes. I goes, but also, do you need things from this particular person? He goes, yes, I do. Okay, cool. So there's two situations going on. You have fundamentally two problems. Because you feel like you need this particular person, and I asked him, what do you need about them? They said they have connections to individuals that he might need in the future. I was like, okay, cool. How you get around that particular issue is you don't allow one single source to be the potential avenue for you getting what you want. You need to create multiple. Essentially, you have scarcity with this one particular person. When you have more abundance, then you don't need people as such, because now you can be honest with them because you're not needing something from them. Therefore, your relationship to them could potentially be inauthentic. The second problem was he's fearful of having this confrontation because he does not want to sever the relationship for the abundant issue. But essentially there's a fear in there because he's also friends with this person as well. Because he feels if he says no to this particular friend, that this could ruin their relationship and potentially terminate the relationship entirely altogether. So I said to him, right, okay, if that is the case, then there is a lack of perspective here, because if you cannot be honest towards someone and they're going to potentially put you into a detrimental situation, then loss of that particular friendship looks like the only recourse, and that's just part of life. And to put this into a greater perspective, which is loss, let's put it into perspective of what the journey of manhood has been for, let's say, the last 1,000 years. I said to him, at one point, whether it was your grandfather's grandfather, someone in your ancestors, them man had their necks chopped off, their arm chopped off, they were stabbed, something brutal happened to them. They died of famine, something horrible happened to one of your ancestors, guaranteed. And we are fortunate enough and spoilt enough that we have such comfort in our first world, Western democracy world. We have all this comfort, essentially. And when you're going into a situation which is uncomfortable for you, the best thing you can do is really imagine what it would have been like in such horrible times, to put it in perspective on what true pain, loss, and fear is. I'm not taking away the fact that losing a relationship is not painful, but I am telling you that in the magnitude of what is painful and detrimental, this is a lot lower in perspective. And when you lose a relationship, you can always gain better relationships with individuals who are more aligned with your values, and so on and so forth. If you're in a situation where you're apprehensive or in fear, you have to play with your mind in order to gain greater perspective to eliminate that emotion. When you do something that's really scary, then to do something that's less scary seems less daunting. That's how the human mind and emotions work. Story time done. Peace.